This pentacube is just so much harder to paint than I thought. Even though I've already painted it, I still find it very challenging. And that is something that we as artists, especially us beginning, don't understand. When you think about when you learn to ride a bicycle, you don't learn to ride the bicycle just by getting up on it once, falling, and then suddenly you are able to ride the bicycle afterwards. We need many tries to understand how to balance on the bicycle, how much speed we need, and there's a lot of motor control that goes onto that skill. And the same goes for learning how to paint light and color. We need to have repetition, being able to fall down and get back up and trying to find the balance. But one thing that we can do to take it a step further without actually having to fall every single time. But before I tell you how we do this, I have to also tell you how I am guilty of doing something called just jumping from subject to subject, never really examining and understanding one subject at a time. Every single day that I've sat down to paint, even in this project of 100 days of plein air painting, I've gone out and painted something different every day. And while it feels like I have freedom and it's all nice and dandy, from a point of view of wanting to improve every single day, it's the worst thing that I can do because I'm basically exposing myself to new subjects, new lighting situations, new challenges every single time. Therefore, making it a lot harder for me to, well, do a good job because I'm not very familiar with the subject. Of course, there's subjects that I am more familiar with, but there's also a lot of subjects that I'm not familiar with, also lighting conditions and colors and just compositions. There's just so many variables that can change in a landscape that is just more detrimental. And it's a lot harder to even see that you're progressing. Therefore, that's the first bad thing that we do. We just jump from subject to subject instead of sticking to one. So, how do we really elevate our level of skill without burning out and also not feeling like a complete failure and also not just getting completely bored because we're painting the same thing every single time? Let's go back to the bicycle analogy. So, when we get into a bicycle and we try to ride it for the first time, what do? We actually get up on the bicycle and try it, and then, well, maybe fall, of course, but also we might notice something while we're trying the next time, and so on the next go. And I mean, the bicycle doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the experience and the scope or the vision that we have within the experience of this action. And in this case would be painting, not just the bicycle, right? So when we are able to widen our perspective and awareness of the thing that we're doing, then we're able to see the mistakes that we're making. Therefore, the best thing to do to improve faster is to pick one subject and one lighting source and then just trying to do it or paint it over and over again and iterate in your previous attempt. So you will remember that the last time you tried this painting, in this case myself, I remember that the background wasn't really very well made, so I just did one simple color, and this time I tried to add a little bit more cool colors on the left side. And I also remembered that I wasn't using the right color for one of the sides of the pentacube, and therefore the next time that I paint this, I can also see what I did wrong in this painting, therefore making it infinitely easier for me to paint the next time. You see what I'm going here? Like, it just becomes this cumulative effort or compounding effort that just will sum up to a very solid understanding of not just one subject, but how light falls and like the mixing of colors and what you're seeing. And that, I believe, is the key to really improving fast. There's no other way. And of course, it can be extremely boring to do it. But if you do just a little bit every single day, like you just practice the same subject as a warm up before the thing that you want to do, and this is where the 50% rule comes into play. Like, you're doing this to get better, and then you're painting whatever you want to paint to just paint and feel good and like enjoy painting. If you're not familiar with the 50% rule and you really want to improve on painting, I suggest you go watch this video right here. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.